Hey guys, Alex from Team Interstellar here, back with a top 4 3v3 deck profile. We got third place tonight, so we'll go ahead and get into it here. We played probably the best deck of the format, Rescue Ace. Nothing new, but we got 2 Hydrant. You don't need the third. 3 of the best Rescue Ace card. Well, second best actually. Airlifter just searches the spell. Always search the field spell. Field spell is the best Rescue Ace spell card. 2 Turbulence, you need 2 just because you draw it more. Hard Opening is better. Preventer is really good, playing through things. 2 Impulse, this is actually the best Rescue Ace card. My brother Adam and I chose to play 2. We're at 41 cards for the deck instead of 40. The 41st card is the second Impulse. Just because the card is crazy, breaking boards going second. So we really just wanted like a second one in there, because every time we went second, we're like, man, I really just kind of want the Impulse. Last rescue monster is the Fire Engine. This card's crazy as well. Breaking board's going second. A lot of decks right now special on your turn, so just good point of interaction.
So why only 2 Hydrant?
Oh, you don't want to see that card.
Why not?
Because all it does is SP pass. that card by itself just SP passes. Plus Airlifter is just a better normal. Okay. Then we chose obviously you have to play the Diabolister Engine. Two. Some people play 3. I just like the 2. I feel like the third's just kind of clunky. And then the last monster, actual monster, is the Ricardetto. I was against this package at first. I was like, nah, like Jet Synchron's just better because you had not 2 synchros. This engine's way better, way better. Yeah, it does take like an extra brick, but like Durandal's still good going second. And it's more consistent. That's the important part. Being able to search the Impulse off the Isolde and then still be able to like do your thing, kind of really good. Like I said, Impulse is crazy. And for spells, 3 Emergency. This card's broken. This card needs to go to 1. Card's insane. The best Rescue Ace card in the entire deck, HQ. I go for this whenever I get the chance if I can. Even Adam can contest this. This wins games. The shuffle back, just if you get the shuffle back and then reset with Turbulence, you've won the game. Like that's just so broken. Want to alert rescue, you have to play them. Terrible to open unless you're going second, like playing through a board, then like rescue's not bad. Wanted engine, we have 3 wanted, 1 spoils. Yeah, it sucks because they're like ridiculously expensive right now, but like there's a reason they're expensive, because they're broken. This card is insane. Gets you the draw if you really want to, but I prefer like when you open this, keeping this engraved for like the follow-up next turn and then drawing, because being able to like search a Hydrant and then draw like on the follow-up is crazy, because if you do your combo turn when like they're not killing you, so then just having that extra.
That's like super poly you.
They're still not killing you. You have like the emergency. Half the time, like I'll set like if I'm not doing like full thing, like I'll set like a rescue to play around like the super poly, or just like them breaking through things. So like it's fine. Then the other 2 spells, Rhoda and this thing. This thing is just another Rhoda. Like it's not bad opening second, but like you really don't want to open it going first.
It's just 3 Impulse going second.
Yeah, it's fine. Last 2 main engine cards are the 2 traps. I heard somebody told me that they wanted to like side like one of these out going second. You can't side any of like the Rescue Ace cards out going second. I had to try and convince Adam, you don't side out the field spell either, because going second, like if you break their board and then you're able to like draw and like reset your stuff, you're like going second, it's crazy. Like the field spell has to stay in. Unfortunately, the deck has a lot of awkward cards you don't want to draw, which is why like some people may not like it, because there is just probably a good like 12 cards you just like really don't want to draw. But then for non-engine, 3 Ash and 3 Imperm are the only hand traps we play, if you don't count like Impulse and Airlifter, which really you shouldn't. But like it's really all we wanted to play. We were playing like a more heavy hand trap build before, but like the more in the format we got, like people say like, oh, like it's a heavy hand trap format, which like yeah, like it's true, but we wanted like the other better board breakers instead, just because like anything over this is like Veiler, which is good. Veiler's a good card right now, but other than that, it's like Droll or Nib, which like are super situational, like depending on what matchup you're playing. But like these are like always good. So I wanted to play these, but that was really all we wanted to play. The board breakers were 3 econ, 3 super poly. Super poly I had to be convinced on, but once I was convinced, this card's crazy. I legitimately thought like this card really wasn't that good like this format. But every time I saw it today, it won me the game, and the card's insane. This card, neither of us, we both played the same exact list card for card. He was in the middle, I was on side, but I think collective wheeling saw the card like 3 times the entire day. But when I saw it, this card was crazy.
Yeah,
except for the time I got feather duster.
In testing, it's so good.
It's
so
absolutely.
good. It's so good against tier, dude. To dodge, sell
Yeah,
it.
no, this card's like the best card against tier. Even this card, we were talking about it. We were like, we probably should take this card out against tier because you just trigger their stuff. But the more I thought about it, today, I didn't take it out against tier. Well, I wouldn't have if we actually got to a game 2, but my teammates lost both their games before I got done with my game 1. But this card helped me actually break their board on the third, turn 3 or 4. It was a grind game because you can get rid of the mud dragon, and the mud dragon's the hardest part for this deck to deal with because you can't target it. So getting rid of that and then just being able to after that tribute your Garura or the your own mud dragon to take their the Kaleido is just really good. Yeah, this card's insane. I really like this card right now. So that's it for the main deck. 41 total. We'll go to extra deck first. Shout out Mew. So played a funky extra deck, but there's nothing really I would change about it. It was fine. There was a cards ultimately we only played a 12 or 13 card extra deck because a lot of it didn't come up. But the one Link Karibo, I just like it over the Almirage, because you can summon the Almirage is only normal summons, and you can summon the Hydrant in many other ways. Some people play the Anima, which is fine, but I like being able to bring this back for the second SP play sometimes. You can tribute the Hydrant, bring this back from grave, and then there's your extra deck monster.
Well, does SP take an extra deck monster or?
No, just Link monster material. Oh. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I used it as. So, 2 Charmers. You play 2 Darks in the deck, but it comes up. You also play Link Karibo.
You play 5 Darks if you really think about it, but
there's
6 Darks.
Yeah,
you have the
this card comes up way more than Heated does, but Heat is still good in certain matchups.
Yeah, for real.
But mainly I just used them as spellcasters, just to get into Selene. I only used Dark once. I really just used them to link climb and just into Selene because I wanted a 53 access code. IP never came up today. I really want to cut this card, but there's just times where you can use it, but I have the extra deck room to keep it, but I wanted to cut it. Each sold, this card's broken. This card needs banned on the next list. I'm calling it right now. Card's broken. 2 SP. No, I'm not rich, but we just made it happen. This card, you don't need to. You could play one of the code breaker thingy instead, and then 1 SP. But you have to have at least 1 SP. Second SP did come up a lot today though, so there's a reason I wanted to. But you don't need the second one. Selene for the Selene access code. Like I said, yeah, you don't get to bring back half the time because the only thing you can bring back is just the Black Witch. So sometimes they're linking 4 monsters into access code with it. Just have to get there. Super poly targets. These are the only 2 that ever came up today. The other ones just didn't come up at all, but these cards are crazy. This card, insane against tier because they can't target your stuff. This card, crazy because draw 1. This thing, and then the Guilty Gear Freed, I sold it 5 minutes after the 3v3 because I didn't want to hold on to it anymore. I bought it for this 3v3, and that was all I wanted it for.
You got that collector's rare, not the...
Yeah, I didn't want to hold on to the collector's rare. But this is from Anadome. This is the Guilty Gear Freed was for Rescue Ace. You can also use it for Infernoble. I just didn't... I played Infernoble, didn't see Super Poly plus another way to bait the Angelic Ring. Last 2 cards were Baron and Sky Crisis. Baron came up a lot because Isolde plays. I never made this card. Card's good though. Like in testing, like comes up a lot. I just never ended up making it today. But like this card definitely should be played in a lot. Honestly, like almost any deck right now should play that card if they can, if they have the extra deck room. Any changes I would make to this? In reality, depending on like your local scene, like you don't have to play the Guilty Gear Freed. I kind of wanted to. I was trying to convince him to let me do it so bad. I wanted to play both of the SPs, but also a code breaker, so that way I wasn't going through both SPs and like the turn 1 combo with the sold. I just wasn't brave enough to cut the Guilty Gear Freed, and you could do that. I'll probably do it moving forward now that I don't have it. Side deck was all right for the most part. I 2-0'd every opponent except for the Infernoble player, in which case that was the only game I lost. We went to game 3, and my hand was fine, but it just lost to it didn't lose to a hand trap unless he hand trapped just the airlifter. But if he had like ashed like the emergency, like I had to play through it and like then kind of hard open turbulence, and I was fine. But he asked the airlifter for whatever reason, and then the rest is history. Then I set 2 econ and a rescue because I was like, well, I can tribute the airlifter, then bring back rescue, like follow up for next turn. Feather Duster, it happens. But anyway, yeah, the Droll. I really didn't see any of my side deck except for like 3 cards today, or 2 cards. But I didn't see Droll at all. But it would have been good when I sat it in if I would have seen it. This card just mandatory in the format, like you have to do it. Valor, like I talked about, like we were playing like a heavy hand trap build, so I didn't want to get rid of all the hand traps because there's decks like Infernoble that like you have to hand trap. Like you can't try and break their board just because they have so much interaction with you. Like you have to hand trap them. So like I wanted like we wanted extra hand traps on the side. It's also really good against like tier. Being able to do that. Was there anything else we really wanted it for? Rescue Ace, because
we wanted it mainly for a side pattern. Because when we go first in the game 2 and 3, we want to take imperms out.
Yeah. We took out the imperms because we figured people are like siding in like dusters and stuff to like get rid of our stuff. So we don't want to just like set these because they're just gonna get blown up.
Yeah, and Valor was just good to do that and go second. Like when we want more hand traps.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, side patterns as well with that. Plus, like we sided Judgment, so like depending on like how like turn 1 went, we may like our slot may be full, so we didn't want to like fill imperm as well. Mm-hmm. So Valor was just for that too.
How was Judgment?
I didn't get to go first. Like I said, I won every die roll except for 1, but I 2-0'd everybody except for the last opponent, and I just didn't see Judgment. If I had saw Judgment, like maybe I could have had a chance that game, but probably not. But in testing and in like all the locals like up to it, like Judgment's crazy. Card's insane. You have to play it in this deck just because they hit your back row. That's the thing. I'll talk about that in a second. These cards were crazy. There's like the only cards I saw in my side deck all day was the Lightning Storm and the Feather Duster. Top deck Feather. These cards are crazy. Against Cash, he went first. I won game 1. Yeah, he went first. Did like a little thing. Then I got to go. I really couldn't do much against him, but it was like just barely enough to like try and like live. I didn't get to set 4 or anything. I just had like an econ. I took out Super Poly, so it's like an econ and like a preventer, which could like bring back something, and maybe like a fire hydrant or fire engine. There wasn't much, but like it was enough to like live to the next turn. But I alerted. He ogred to like stack my deck and stuff. Then end phase, I alert search airlifter for follow up. Top deck Feather Duster, and card's really good in that situation. Then Spellbound, we thought it was gonna be like crazy. We thought we were being like big brain with it because like it hits like a lot if you think about it. Like it hits like flu, like that deck sucks. It can hit like really like a lot of things. Like you can hit like Unchained with it if you want. Because like if they go like normal tour guide like thing, like you can like hit it there. It's good against like the fusion decks.
I say yeah, it was mainly for
Chimera,
Pearly if we saw
yeah.
it, and it was also for the Chimera decks.
Yeah,
because if you do it to either of those decks, they just lose.
Yeah, so like we had room in like our extra on our side deck. Like there wasn't like a whole bunch more like we really like we have to have in there. So we were like, well, we don't have anything for Pearly because we took out the Link 5 Underworld Goddess for
the fusion,
the Guilty Gear Freed, yeah. And we were like, so like we need something to like respect Pearly, but also like Chimera because like that deck can like kind of be scary a little bit sometimes depending. And then Flu, I just didn't want to lose to like Flu, so like that card was all right. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's any changes I'd make. Not really. Like I said, like the list was solid. We chose not to play Prosperity. That was the thing. A lot of people are playing Prosperity right now, and I don't like disagree with it, but like I wanted, like the 12 go second cards were like crazy all day, and I didn't want to like cut one of them to like just play Prosperity to get into one of them anyway, because like going second, like going first, like the deck's pretty consistent. Like it's not a problem. Going second, like you're like, well, I want Prosperity so I could like search Super Poly or search, you know, one of my board breakers. I'm like, well, why not just play a board breaker instead of it anyway? Because then you're not having to search and like get drolled. Oh yeah, this one never got drolled or anything. That was pretty cool. Droll doesn't like hurt this deck too much, but like the hands I were having kind of get hurt by Droll. But other than that, yeah, I mean, like I said, like the list was super solid. There's nothing really in the main deck I'd change. Just, you know, depending on how like the format shapes up with like Fire King and stuff, like maybe take out like Econ for Valor. I actually don't know anything about that deck yet, so I don't know. But Super Poly I know is good against them. They're all fires, so I know that card's going to be staying in. Other than that, yeah, I mean, like I said, like the list was pretty solid. Yeah, there's nothing that really changed with them. I do want to shout out my brother Adam. You know, we spent like the last 2.5 weeks-ish like theorying this deck list and making sure that we were actually going to be good for the 3v3. This is probably like the least we've ever prepared for the 3v3, so you know, like the last like week we like really crunched for it. Shout out Team Interstellar for having me on the team. Great group of guys, love being around them. Shout out, I did get permission to do this. Shout out my band, Gates of Sheol. Go ahead and check us out in the link below in the description. I'm the vocalist, so go ahead and go feed my ego. Have a good one, guys.